Hi guys, I'm Savannah and today I've kind of been requested, I guess, which is cool, to make some back to school content talking about my time doing GCSEs and A-levels because, as you might already know, I went from sort of U's and failing my GCSEs and A-levels to A-stars in both. So I think I might have some valuable little nuggets of information that I can impart to you. So let's get on with it. So I'm going to start with a sort of anecdote from my time doing A-levels. So in year 12 I didn't do that well in my A-levels. I struggled a lot. I wasn't getting that great grades. It led to bad predictions, which I've talked about in other videos, which I overcame. But I struggled a lot, but when it came to year 13, I found it so much easier. And in hindsight, I realised that this is because in year 13, I worked smarter and not harder. And that helps a lot with holding on and retaining content and things. It's not always about doing like 24-hour study sessions or whatever. It's more about using smarter ways to retain the information. So one of my pieces of advice is don't revise the way that you want to revise. And this sounds weird, but bear with me. A lot of people like to revise by doing things like mind maps, you know, and a lot of that is drawing arrows, colouring it in and things like that. And I mean, that can be okay for some subjects. That can be okay. But a lot of the time that's what people want to do. People want to spend their time making it look nice and detailed when really the way you don't want to revise, and generally most people don't want to revise by like doing flashcards and things, but those actually tend to help better. So I would first analyse the ways that you revise, whether it helps, whether a way might help you revise better. I know that they've done studies and found that flashcards are one of the most effective ways to revise, so perhaps look into that. For maths, weirdly, the way that I worked smarter and not harder was I had a really good teacher, and it helped to, this sounds weird, but I just listened to him more, because he would tell me and my class things like, oh, make sure you underline your answer after every question, rule it off, always put your name and what piece of work you're doing on every single page. And a lot of us are like, oh, for God's sake, this is so much effort. But honestly, it helps us become so much more organised in our work, and we all ended up better off for it. So a lot of times your teachers, especially if they're older teachers, weirdly, they will have seen this sort of students failing and students doing well in exams. They will have been through this cycle time and time again. They will have worked out exactly what works best. So it really helps to follow what your teacher's saying. You know, it can't help to get in their good books as well. A lot of times with maths, people will self-teach themselves something, or they'll go to a new school for A-levels or whatever, and they'll be using different methods and things, and that can be a point of contention, but I would say do your best to try and follow what your teacher's saying. Even if you don't like their method as much, try and learn it, because it could be really helpful. As well as that, particularly in regards to maths, working smarter isn't just doing past paper after past paper, it's doing a past paper and going back and seeing where you went wrong and then focusing on that topic at a time. That was how I went from the sort of U's I was getting in my maths modules to the A-stars. I actually did better in the modules that counted towards my A-star than my AS modules, and this was why. You need to focus on the bits you hate. Think, which topic do I hate the most in my subject, or which A-level or which GCSE do I hate the most? Then spam revising for it. So you just find questions online. Maybe, I think exam solutions for maths was really helpful, because they organise all the questions into different topics instead of just being within a past paper. So use exam solutions to just spam revision of one topic until you've got it. Because the maths A-levels have changed now, as if I remember, you might not get as many past papers, but just make sure you do the questions repeatedly of the stuff you don't get. And it sounds simple, but so many people will just want to go straight to doing the past papers, and the bits they don't like, they'll feel less motivated to revise. But really make sure you revise the bits you hate, okay? And with my religious studies A-level, it's actually quite similar. Revise the bits you hate the most. I think that one was a bit hard. I remember using flashcards to learn my quotes and things, but for essay writing subjects it can be really useful to look at an A-star level essay or a top grade essay and think about why they got that grade. And it also helps to read more widely around your subject, so you can sprinkle in a bit of extracurricular stuff and it into your essays, and then the examiner will be like,
ooh, nice.
And when you read extracurricular around your subject in essay writing subjects, you can also come up with new arguments for and against things and analyse it and pick it apart in your essays, so that really helps. So I definitely recommend doing that. And it's all these things about revising smarter, not harder, and they all go together to make a beautiful little nice grade. I know a lot of people who did get top grades at A-levels, and myself, because I mean, I got pretty good grades, I guess. I know that a lot of those people, what we did was before we revised, we would take 10 minutes to think about how to revise and what we need to do to revise. So don't just go straight into it. Make sure you plan it out first. Plan out which topic you hate the most, so which one you're going to cover first, and just things like that. I hope that helps. I hope that advice helps. It's probably another short video today. But I really wanted to make it before you guys go back to school, so you feel motivated and ready to take on that proverbial bull by the proverbial horns. I mean, no animal mistreatment, I'm not condoning that, but you know what I mean. So I want you to feel motivated if you're not getting the top grades right now, if you're not looking forward to going back to school. I want you to know that hope isn't lost and you can get those great grades, and I know you have it in you to get them. Remember that these A-levels and GCSEs, they're not designed to be impossible, okay? They're designed so that anyone can pass them and do well in them, and I know that every single one of you have it in you to do that. If you want me to make any other videos and any other study topics, let me know, and please subscribe if you like this video. I'm nearly at 400 subscribers, which is cool. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.